So yeah, a little bit of progress on the racking. A lot of figuring out how I was going to do it, today, and had a couple other things, but it's getting dark right now, and as you can tell, the lighting here is not the best. Uh, I got four lights, and they're the old lights. It's just a barn, folks. So I will have to upgrade the lighting to something, but here you go. You got that, and then this one's here. And I'll probably put two more up here later, but right now that's plenty. This is 4 feet by roughly 4 feet, and then I got about, I think it was like 30 inches. Of course, there's my tape measure. So I had double these amount of racks, but that would mean there's only like 12 inches, and the whole point of these racks anyway, are to put bigger items, heavier items. So, I do want, let's go with 27. Let's call it 27 and a half in between the top and the bottom here. So, and I haven't put the boards in yet. I still got to drop all the boards in, and then I need to do that, put all the boards in. I want to put all the boards up top because I'm only using half the things. So I'm pounding out this one, and I'm pounding out that one, this one, and this one are coming out. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff left over, a whole bunch of boards left over, and I'm only going to put in a second row here. So that's going to give me the first row, and I'm going to be able to get around here. Well, still has to be cleaned out better, but it's going to have to be cleaned out better, but that's going to give me access to this one, which I already showed you guys. And I just use a ladder, and it fits down there. I got 24 inches-ish here. So that'll work out. And as soon as I clean this stuff up more. But yeah, right now it's just getting this stuff in because it's supposed to rain for the next 3 days. And I want to get as much in as I can before the rain comes. And it throws a wrench in things. But yeah, at this point, I got to put the boards in here. Once all the boards are in, I'm going to start at the top with the boards. Get the board in, times 4, So all the boards are in, and then once the boards are in, I can build this next one right here. And then that's all I'm doing for these shelving. And then all this red area up top there, that's going to house the rest of the shelving, all the shelving I do not use. All the metal pieces, which right here, these are all the pieces that I busted out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. These are the five pieces that I busted out. Those are going to go up top, and for later. Same with these uprights. What I don't use, I'm gonna completely break down. This stuff just drops in, So I'm just gonna completely break them down, and then put all the long pieces up top, all the short pieces up top, Haven't sorted out because these are a different size than these. It helps that these all have a label on them, Let me know which ones are which. But yeah, so I'll put all these on like here, and then I'll put all these here, and then I'll put all the uprights over there, and that way if I don't know, go bigger later, I'll have all the stuff ready and willing. And I'll have to figure out what I'm doing with all the boards. I'm being really selective with my boards. Like a couple of them are busted, a couple of them just weren't good. I'm gonna say good 10 or 15%. I'm not gonna throw out, but they're not super great. Maybe I use them up top here, even though they're heavy as hell. So I'm gonna throw those up and get all that up. That's what's gonna go on the top row, and then I'm gonna have to do that. So I gotta put all the boards up top. Put all the boards here, put all the boards here, put all the boards here. And once that's done, I can build this row. Okay? And then once this row is built, I'm going to keep this area for working on vehicles. All these shelves are going to... Here's what's got to happen. I'm going to keep 19 feet. So right here to there is 19 feet. So I have enough room to still pull a truck in, or dang near any car, 19 feet. So this is the bay I want to be tearing apart vehicles in, which that one's getting tore apart, and that'll allow me to put stuff here and there, But right now it's it's not a situation, because what I need to do is I need to tear apart all these bikes over the winter, move this project over there, move that shelving over here, and yeah, and like move these motors over there too with the shelving, and a couple other things in the back row here, over there, but we're figuring it out. Carts like this might disappear, where I think I got two transmissions and a transfer case on there. Yeah, there's a transfer case. I have two transfer cases and two SM, one Ford Granny 4-speed and a Chevy Granny 4-speed, and both transfer cases for each. So probably got 1,000 pounds on this here cart, plus the drive shafts, because I don't know, drive shafts are, when you need them, and it's a whole bunch easier to shorten one. But I'm pretty sure these are Chevy drive shafts. I think these are Fords. So whatever, I'm gonna figure that out. Maybe those will end up in the scrap bin, but just because I had them, and that cart hasn't moved in like 4 years, so I had to move it to get around here because it was not letting me get around. So I might put a shelf right here, maybe a little more room there, but you know, all these everything from here over is going to go bye-bye, and that's pretty much my walking area. So most of my boxes ain't any taller, or are not any taller than like 30 inches. So, you know, I should be able to do that. So this is basically any big stuff that doesn't need to be temperature controlled. So like some of those boxes that are in the rafters could have went down here. You know, anything that's over 15 pounds can go on these racks. That's the whole point. Anything over 15 pounds can go over these racks. You know, obviously if it's stupid heavy, it's going on the bottom finger. You know, if it's not stupid heavy, it can go here, where maybe it's something that it's significantly heavy. And then if it's just something big, it can go up here. You know, and I can still grab this. Might have to use the ladder, you know, and the ladder fits. You can kind of see it. It does fit down here. It's going to be a little bit tight. I'm going to have about 5 or 6 inches between here and here. So, yeah, about 5 or 6 inches. Not a whole bunch of room. But, you know, get in here and easily take anything I need from here. Reach over. Obviously, I can't reach 4 feet. So, grab it from this side. If it's stupid big, you know, if it's under like 20 inches, I should be able to just walk down this narrow row and grab it. If it's not, then I can walk around, and I have a whole bunch more room to grab it from this side. And I don't even know how many ladders I have. There's one ladder, second ladder, and I know I got a third good ladder. This one's trash. I gotta torch it, and I don't know about that one, and this one's probably even good for that medium level. But so I got enough ladders to make this happen. I just leave them on the end of the aisle, and then I'll, you know, fold them up. Just leave them on the end of the aisle, fold them up, and drag them back, grab it, and then once I grab the thing, I can move it back and move it around. I'm just gonna leave the ladder in there, and that way I can play around without dragging a ladder down each one, you know. Not a perfect plan, but that's what I'm doing. And then, yeah, same deal. I can get up. You're not going to see anything because it's going to be dark. But, yeah, I can get up here and get all my packages from up here. Off that way, same deal. So, not a perfect plan, but I'm working with what I got, folks. So that's going to work out. And like I'm saying, once I get the boards up there, I'm going to have absolutely no lighting, so I'm pretty much done for the night. But yeah, and then here's what I got for the plan for lighting. I'm going to do the same thing I did in my garage. Why did I close my garage door? I don't know. I have planned this out before, but I closed my garage door. Oh yeah, I'm going to put a shelf in here to help with this cardboard disaster, but I measured it and I can just barely, like, I might have a 1/4 of an inch. I might have to grind the tops down a 1/4 of an inch, but I can put one of those shelving units, the 4x4 shelving unit. I can put one right in here, and then that'll help with this cardboard mess here. Knock it and keep it off the floor. Maybe I can eliminate that, because right now what I got going on there is if I want to use that door, I need to move that cardboard. So I know it's a mess. Yeah. Anyway, here's what I'm doing with this. So you got, yeah, I got like, this room's actually lit up. I hate when it's dark. So, I mean, like, I ain't got an issue with the dark, but yeah. Call me Bane. No. But here, anyway. So yeah, I like the LEDs, you know. Anyway, so we got your little light plug there, and then it goes to a adapter, and then it goes to a cord, and then that goes to these LED strips. And I'm gonna blind you, but there you go. So all I gotta do is I don't have to hit them every time or anything crazy like that. Wrong button. There we are. So, and that one, that's just a motion sensor DA. But there you go. That little thing turns on. So I'm gonna probably run a second one off that, these little LED strips, and then I'm gonna run the other light out there. So that's the rough lighting dealie. Maybe I'll run 3 off one. It's still less amps than the bulbs I'm using, so I ain't worried about the wiring at all, because it's still crazy low amps. But, and like another thing is it is set up where, you know, I can just walk in and hit it. Now, see that board right there? I'm thinking of running an LED off there. And this board right here, I'll run an LED off that. And maybe I'll throw one up there. And that'll give me 3 LEDs to brighten this right up here when I walk down. It'll be like the basement. I showed you the basement a couple times. It's bright as heck in the basement when I walk down there. And then, yeah. So that'll keep this low profile. And within like, right, because right now I got like, I kind of lucked out. No, I didn't plan on this. But, you know, it's pretty tight still, and I don't want that thing sitting right on top of a board. So yeah, I'm going to run those adapters, run them up, and then run them up there, and then that's basically it, you know. And try to keep it as vertically as I can so I can still get in here and get that stuff. Can't do not much about how the wiring's ran in the barn. I ain't going to rewire the barn just to do all this. Maybe later, but not now. So yeah, and then another one back there, obviously, like I said. So you have 2 plugs meant for, let's call it 100 amp bulbs. And I'm going to run probably the equivalent of like, or whatever, not amps. I'm going to run like 100 watt 4 here for like 100 watt bulbs. I'm probably going to run like the equivalent of, even if I run 3, like run this one or run 2 off of it, they're like 6 watts or something. There's something stupid. So let's call it 30 watts, you know. So I'm not overloading anything, but it's going to give me so much more light. So yeah, I'll probably, off this run, I'll run up here, and then I'll run, so I'll run like, I think I can get away with 1. So I'll run like 1 right there. Come around here. Sorry, it's dark. Camera's kind of making up for it. It's giving you a little bit lighter in here, but you can't even see it up there. The board goes over there, and I'm going to run an LED over there, so that'll shine over here. And not perfect, you know, but we're building this thing, folks. This is something that I wasn't even planning on doing for, like, this is the next winter project. Increasing the sides is next winter, because I don't even have room to, these shelves won't be full for years. So, but anyway, that's the plan. And it's where I'm at, what I got done today kind of deal. I did a whole bunch of other stuff, but you know, this is the little eBay. And then after this, I'm going to play with my AI thing that's meant for eBay. I messed up on that. The scope that I thought I needed, I didn't need. You know, I'm an idiot. You know, I don't code, you know. So anyway, the developer through the eBay program pretty much told me, no, this is what you got to do. Or the AI, you know, pretty much told me what I needed to do, what scopes I need to use. So that's going to happen here in like an hour. I'm going to throw the program a little bit there with those new scopes, and it should work, but we're going to find out. So, but yeah, this is all I'm doing because it's getting dark in here. And as soon as I need, first thing I gotta do is put those boards up top. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna lose all my light, you know, because I'm gonna order that stuff tonight, but it'll probably be here in like 5 days to a week. So this is pretty much a daytime project. And all I gotta do right now is build this second rack, put in the other boards, put in all the boards, you know. But in order to get the boards in, it's a lot easier to do it here versus playing in 2 feet with some 4-foot boards or walking around every single time. So I'm getting all the boards in right here, and then once all the boards are in there, then I'll put this racking up and get all those boards in. Nothing is hitting here, you know, but it is lined up right with that thing. So I'm flirting putting like maybe a 2x6 up top, on top of there, under the truss to support it more, just because it's there, you know. So it's like maybe I'll put a board on top of there, and on top put the board down, and then once that's down, maybe I'll put a wedge, a thing in there, so this is actually lined up and it's using this to further support my trusses. Just because it lined up so perfectly with the trusses, I really lucked out there, but it lined up perfectly with these trusses where, oh sure, why not? Okay, this is a little bit tweaked right here. And that's another thing is I need to, before I put the boards in, I need to nudge it just a little bit to make sure everything's lined up. I just put this one up, but yeah, just nudge it so that make sure everything is lined up. There we are. And then once the boards are in, it's gonna weigh like, it's gonna add another 1,000 pounds. And then I'm putting product on top, but that's basically how I'm doing this. I didn't snap any lines on the floor or anything crazy like that. So it will line up with the things. And then, like I'm saying, I'll just throw that on there, and that way, I don't know, but I'm not putting stupid amount. It's gonna make it stronger. So I will probably put some boards in there to maybe even like a 2x4 and just wedge it up so that it's in there, and that'll keep this from any concerns about the trusses being overloaded, because then I'm going to have supports under the trusses to further support them, mainly in the middle here, right here. So, you know, but maybe I'll just take a 2x4 and wedge it up in there, and then that'll add some more strength to it. But yeah, I mean, that took me like a month to fill with the big stuff, that one right there, that board. So who knows how long it's going to take me to fill 2 more of those. So, and like I'm saying, that's just 15-pound stuff. Nothing over 15 pound goes up there. This stuff is like, this will be, oh, I don't know. This will be something crazy heavy down here. Anything crazy heavy will be down here, and medium heavy, and just big up here. So it's not perfect, but it is what it is, you know. Got that up, got everything planned out. A lot of planning more than anything here. And it just worked out where I should be able to do that, and it won't put my trusses in jeopardy, even though I'm totally talking. Let's say I got, let's go with like, see, I can't do it over there. So like, I think I got probably 30 packages, and they weigh like 15 pounds in each. So about 500 pounds. So maybe I won't put that much on there. And if, you know, yeah, so I'm going to let that one go and let that weed out, because I won't have any support under it. But same deal here. I should be able to put like 500 pounds on the wood, and of either stupid light, just big stuff like the dashes that I had that only weighed like 6 pounds, but they were 72 by 12 by 12 or something like that. But they were just huge, but they only weighed like 10 pounds. That's a great candidate to go on top of the boards. But yeah, and yeah, as you can tell, I'm going to have 2 boards, and I should have one here, and one here. But you know what? I'm pretty much sure I'm not going to be in the black this year, so I'm going to save those boards for next year, you know, kind of deal. And like I'm saying, I might leave all this open as far as those go, because this just added a buttload of room, and if I do have to expand it, I'll expand it. Where's my little dealie? So if I do got to expand it, I can expand it with the boards on top of the trusses. But right now, that's where I'm at, you know. And like I'm saying, throw the boards in, get that done. But this is pretty much what I got done today. Next, I got to play with the AI. And then next after that, I want to get some listings up. Maybe get a couple hours of sleep. And then when the sun comes up, I'll be back out here to put the second row in. And yeah. And I'm even flirting with the second row to leave the bottom right here off, so I can use the a pallet jack and just slide it under there. But I don't know. That's kind of the whole point of why I have so many engines, engine hoist. I have like 12 engine hoist. A couple of them I moved out in the woods right now. But that's the whole point of the engine hoist, is I can easily move these things around. And I don't know. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will. It's easy enough. It's not a pain to pull it off. But another thing is my concern about mice and all that. These things hit the floor. So once the board's down, I don't see any mice getting under that, because there's no room under there. So once I mean, like a 1/16 of an inch. How about that? So like once the board goes on top, there's no way for anything to get under there. So that's kind of cool. And there you go, pretty much. And then yeah, from there to here, maybe I'll get something. Maybe I could possibly have something getting in boxes on this bottom shelf, you know. But that's why I'm planning on using the bottom for stupid heavy stuff. And from here to here, yeah, they can get in it. What can I do? You know, it is in the barn. So I can't do tons and tons about that. My barn doesn't completely seal up. I got a sliding door. So, you know, if you know those are hard to make a perfect seal that mice can't get in. You know, I can make something that's dang near waterproof, but mice will still find a way in. Especially, like, I like leaving that door open all the time, so if they want in, they're going to get in. But yeah, playing around with this, get all this in, get the boards in, make sure this is 100% lined up with that thing, and then yeah, also do this right here. Make sure this one's all lined up, and there we go. So that's what I got. It's a journey, and like I'm saying, maybe I can get that AI thing fixed tonight, but I doubt it. And after that, I'm going to try doing some listings. Maybe I'll do some listings while I'm doing the AI thing. Sometimes it's a little bit jumping around, but I need to get some more listings up, and this is just a deal where I want to get it in. And once it starts to rain, it starts to really rain, so I got to figure out where I'm putting all these boards, because they can't sit in my garage. Because I'm going to have a whole bunch of these boards left over. And I can't, my door's closed. I didn't even think about that. So, yeah, they can't sit out here, or they can't sit in the garage, because I like using my garage, you know. I like actually using my garage, so I don't have to worry about my vehicles getting hit with hail, even though they are totally junk. You know, they're just beaters, but I still don't want a broken windshield, or if I don't have to get one. So I still want at least one bay for myself. But yeah, here we go. So a lot going on this year. But yeah, once I get all the stuff in the house listed, like 4,000 or 5,000 items, I can tear these bikes apart. Probably about February, I'm guessing. I'll tear into them and tear them all down, like I'm saying. Once these are gone, and probably on this rack, a whole bunch of stuff will probably end up on this rack. Yeah, I can probably move a whole bunch of that stuff. Like here, with these crazy, like here, these are perfect candidates for the bottom here. Those motors that I got at the one auction, I don't even remember, it was like a tractor auction. I got those motors, those are local. Those are low, I don't have to package those. I can take pictures of them out here once I get better lighting. Take pictures of them out here, and they can pretty much sit under one of these shelves ready to go out the door when somebody buys them. Do they work? I don't know. I got to test them, or maybe I'll just sell them for parts. But, you know, that's pretty significant size, and I think I spent something stupid on them. So, and then I got this little spotlight dealie, also local. You know, I'm not playing around trying to ship that and hoping it doesn't get smashed, and good luck finding that lens. You know, I think it is. I think it's GE. But, I mean, that's another one. I got to throw it up. See if I can do this without breaking my neck. Jumping around stuff because it's all unorganized right now. W. I don't know who W is. W is something big. I know it is. Off the top of my head, I can't remember it though. But so yeah, a little spotlight there for like a fire truck or a boat or something like that. I don't know. Google will tell, or not Google. AI will tell me exactly what it is. I think there's some numbers on the back, but whatever. I'm not looking at it right now. But yeah, that's an under the shelf kind of deal. That's something that'll go over there. These motors, same deal. You can go under there. Heck, those doors can probably go under there. You know, I'll throw those Cherokee doors up, and those will go under there for local. Maybe I could fit that hood. I could definitely fit the trunk under there. Maybe I could fit the hood under there. Yeah, that'd be cool if I could fit the hood under there. These are listed. The trunk, the hood, and 2 Thunderbird doors are up on my thing. So maybe I'll throw those under there and get them set up. But yeah, because right now they're sitting there and doing my best not to scratch them kind of deal. And then, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Put those things under there because those have been up. Maybe they'll sell in the spring. That's something where you got to find the right buyer, you know. Thunderbirds are going disappearing left and right. The only reason I got it was it has the perfect drivetrain over a Mustang. It has an upgraded, you know, it's got a 2.3 88 Thunderbird with a 2.3 5-speed and the good rear end and the good suspension. I mean, I'm not using the whatever the heck it was called, automatic ride controller or whatever, but I am using everything else, which is basically I get the turbo 2.3, which some people swap into the Mustang, so I'm getting the Mustang platform without that. That being said, I don't need the body, so all that's up on eBay. These doors yeah, I'll probably do that. These doors will go under there once I get the boards in, and they'll fit. And then once I do sell them, I can just slide them out. So there's something I can actually use and save me some floor space, because that's, yeah, I mean, not save me floor space, but make it more efficient. So yeah, throw those up, throw those under there, and get all that in there. Build this second row, but right now I got to end this. And while this is uploading, I'll be playing with AI. That'd be great if this program actually worked and I know what scope to use. And I don't know anything about programming, folks. You know what I'm saying? I played with it for like 7 days, and like 4 of those days I hit a wall where AI was running me in circles. Because it kept on trying to do a scope that eBay doesn't even use. A whole bunch of other ones use it. It was trying to use it's trying to use a negotiation scope, and eBay doesn't have a negotiation scope. They use a different kind of thing. So instead of one scope for negotiations, eBay has me using 3 different scopes. Whatever, you know, you play by the rules. So eBay has me using 3 different scopes, but the AI kept running me in circles trying to use a negotiation scope, and that's why it wasn't working. So I spent 3 days on that of the 7 doing that. Everything else is tested good in the sandbox or whatever. Everything is tested good. I just need to do this scope fix, and it should be up and running. But whatever. Do that, get some listings up, and then it's going to be about 11 and 12 o'clock at night, and I'll probably lay down and wake up about 5 o'clock and play around. Maybe I should do some stuff for myself tonight. Who knows? It is Saturday after all. Yeah, there we go. So I'll throw this other one up. So that's what you expect to see tomorrow. You'll see this other shelf up, and if I actually got the AI figured out, or not, you know. But it's a journey. Playing around there. I'm still happy I didn't have to pay anything for these except for gas and the trailer rental and a whole bunch of other stuff. You know how it is. Nothing that's free is actually free. But whatever, you know, a lot cheaper than if I bought the stuff. And they are, I think it's like 1,000 pounds. It's like 800 to 1,000 pounds these things hold per level. So I'm not even concerned about putting all the extra shelving up there. The shelving doesn't weigh anything. Those boards are heavy as hell. those boards, the boards I showed you in the garage there, those things weighed. All of them were like, I think it was like 12. I'm going to say a very easy 10. I'm pretty sure I had, no, it was more than that. It was 6 and 7. So yeah, over 12, for sure. So it was over 12,000 pounds on my little 275,000 mile, whatever the heck it was, Trailblazer that, you know, it's only a winter beater. It's not meant to be driven, but the yellow truck needs a module and it gets like 5 miles to the gallon. And the blue truck gets like 10 miles to the gallon, but that thing has been acting up. So I'm down to the winter beater right now. I might have to buy another ride here pretty soon just to have a second ride, despite having 5 freaking vehicles. 4 of them are down right now. You know how it is. So yeah, I had to use that Trailblazer, which is the best gas mileage considering I was driving 1, 2, 3, 4. I was driving 210 miles over like 3 days. So yeah, did some mileage on that. So that would have sucked if I had to use the yellow one, which gets like 5 miles to the gallon. Even though, you know, and I don't know. I probably still would have chose the Trailblazer just because of mileage and comfort and everything else, despite not even being a full-size truck, you know, but it worked. I made it. I got it all back. That was a little bit smarter after the first load, but the first load was heavy. It was like 4,000 pounds. Now, mind you, the trailer that I rented was like 6,000 pounds, so it all worked out, and I pretty much didn't go stupid on the highway or anything. I pretty much went the highway about halfway, and then the rest of it I just went back roads. And I was doing it at getting the first load at 10 o'clock. I was fully loaded at 10 o'clock, or no, 9:30. I was fully loaded at 9:30, and then I was driving down the road between 10 and 11 o'clock. And, you know, so there's not a huge amount of traffic, especially down those back roads. You know, I maybe seen like 3 people behind me. And then after that, I would get out of work and take the second load, and I was pretty much driving at like 2 in the morning. So it was like, whatever, you know, nobody's around. I won't worry. Only thing I was worried about was hitting a deer. That's why I was only going like 40 miles an hour in those situations. And I didn't want the front end to float. Or the big thing was I didn't want to blow up my back struts, because I don't want to replace those with a vehicle at 275. I figure that transmission is going to go here probably around 300 to 330. You know, the transmission is the weak link at this point because it's got a pretty good body, but the transmission is probably going to go about 330. But I don't want to put struts in for maybe 50,000 miles, you know. I don't want to put the struts in if, you know, I hit a deer tomorrow kind of deal. So I don't want to intentionally blow out the struts just because I want to get home 10 minutes faster. So I just went 40 miles an hour and was nice on the transmission, nice taking off, nice, you know. I was pretty much being real nice on the transmission because that's what these Trailblazer, it's like a 2003 Trailblazer, and that is the weak link, is those 4L60s, is they go bad. You know, the engines will run for that little 4200 inline 6 will run forever, but the transmissions go, and I can't complain too much. I don't have a whole much money in the car. I probably have like $3,000 into it. I bought it for like $800. That's why it's all busted up, and it's all dented up because some college kid, I don't know, like bumping into cars. Who knows? But yeah. So I'm just gonna run that puppy until it dies. But I'm really only supposed to be using that as a winter beater. That being said, the reason why I got the blue truck for a summer beater, I'm pretty much gonna retire that this winter. We got like 2 more months before the snow flies. This is supposed to be a summer ride. This is where I was supposed to be up and running by September. Not going to happen. This is officially sitting in here for the winter. So this is this year's project. I want this puppy up. I want it up in July. I want all this body on that Thunderbird in the other thing. You know, I'm going to pretty much take the Metro body and throw it on the Thunderbird. That being said, there's not going to be a whole bunch of body left when I'm done with it. So that's going to go on the thing. And then this puppy is apparently my long-term project. And that's another summer beater. So I got 2 summer rides, and I don't have either one of them running. So that, you know, the blue truck was supposed to be just a pickup, and now it's supposed to be busting these things out today. But business has just been moving on with stuff like this, with these upgrades, and now I'm way behind listing. And it is what it is. So, yeah, I want to get these shelves up and get that done. But right now, holy cow, this thing got long. So right now I'm just going to put these boards in, or done for the night in here. Play around with AI for a couple hours, trying to figure out that eBay coding, and be great if I could get that program working. And then if I do or if I don't, you know, either way I'm coming back in here. And then after that I'll do some listings, throw up a couple of listings. And I'm so far behind where I should be as far as listings go. But get that up, get the boards in here tomorrow morning. Once the sun comes up, build the second row, get that up, get the boards in, and that's going to go frick ton faster. Now you don't have to plan around everything. Like I kept going back if I should put a shelf here or not. And I was like, no, it's just for big stuff. I want to just slide it in. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. But, yeah, there and that and that and that and that. There we are. You know, I can tell you it's been a long day, folks. So, we're going to play around with this and get that all done. But, yeah, I might throw that up there and reinforce that so I could put, like, 500 pounds on top of those trusses, which sounds stupid heavy, but if I put those things in there, I'll do that. And like I'm saying, maybe I'll knock that down to where I only put 10 pounds, if it's like 10 pounds and stupid big, or just something stupid big, like dash pads. I'll put dash pads. I got a dash pad somewhere. There are some interior stuff that's like a Cherokee interior thing. It weighs nothing, but it's just big, you know? Stuff like that. That's just big, but not heavy, will go up top. And yeah, I will put the 2x6s or 2x4s up in there and just wedge them under that truss, you know. So if it does start to sag or whatever, it will run right through here and right to the floor. Not 100% perfect plan. Somebody's gonna freak out and say you can't do that. Whatever. I'm doing it. That's what it is. I'm not putting this, like I'm saying, but I'll throw all that shelving up here, get as much as I can up there before so that's what I gotta do. Put all these boards in. Once I get all these boards in, I'm gonna put all the shelving and such up top here, so that, because this is not going to be used. And this overstock area, that's not going to be used until I need more shelves. So that's basically going to be where all the other shelving is going to be, because we're only talking like 6 inches, and what the heck, it's a great place to put all this extra stuff. Like all this right here is extra. So whatever, playing around, I'm talking way too much. Y'all have fun. See you tomorrow.